Now more than ever, in this world of craziness, we could really use a little more love, respect, and empathy for one another. And I think if we can do that, we'll be off to a decent start at making society as a whole better.
In the
Yo, Military Sans Frontieres. I sincerely apologize if you had just started banging your head to 10,000 fists. But it's time for me to start the show. I love this song. It is going to play in the background, as is other forms of music are going to play tonight as we get into installment number, what is this, installment number 3 of Talk Show Tuesdays? I believe it is. Give me 1 second, fam, because I have to reposition myself and my microphone as always. Okay, now that's a little too far up. I think that's the sweet spot right there. And it's magic. Yo, the Signal 42. Thank you so much for that follow last night from Jay Howard's stream. You're the man. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Military Sans Frontieres, also known as the Firefight, bro. What is up? I appreciate that, man. You did say that you would be here, and you are here, and you're super awesome for that. I really appreciate you, man. Shit, let me get my introductions out of the way before I start gushing about all of the things that I am excited about, and we get into our second official installment of Talk Show Tuesdays. The first one I call the Maiden Voyage, so I don't really count that as the first Talk Show Tuesday. I am Make Shoot Of, also known as Big Boss. I am the leader of the Military Sans Frontieres. I am a variety Twitch broadcaster. I play a lot of Destiny and Overwatch, and I also play other games. My usual stream schedule is Wednesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every week on Tuesday, I do what we like to call Talk Show Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find me on Twitter at MakeShootOf. By the way, that's the best place to get a hold of me by sending me messages, tweeting at me, see what's going on in my life, see what my stream schedule is, anything that you want to know about the social media life and the outward life of Big Boss. Twitter is going to be the place to find it. You can also search for me on Instagram and YouTube as Make Shoot Of, and you'll find me there. There isn't a whole lot of content on YouTube right now. It's all, for right now, previous Twitch broadcasts of note that I felt were worthy enough to go up on YouTube. But when I get my shit together, I will start putting up more videos, more content. Hopefully I'll start doing some vlogs and other fun things to get you guys a little bit more involved in my life as a broadcaster and what goes on with me. How is it going, Twitch fam? New viewers, welcome. Gaster2Soul and aka Gaster2Souls, welcome back to the show. Thank you so much for watching. I gotta talk about a couple things first. First of all, let me make sure I get all my shouts proper like. And actually, you know what, Signal 42, just because I don't like missing follow alerts because I like it so much. Hold on, why is my stream labels thingy not working the way it's supposed to? Oh, I know why, because I didn't check it in my pre-show checks. Let's do this. Let's look at Ankbot and see if it came up there. Anyhow, we'll work that out in a second. Jay Howard. He is a graphic designer. He is a member of the Destiny Reset podcast community. He also he guests on the Destiny Reset podcast. He is an amazing guy, an amazing artist. His work is good as shit. I've been following him on Twitter probably since like the beginning of this year. His stuff is so good. It's so good. And I wish that I could show you guys the overlay, the spit hot fire fucking overlay that he did for me last night. But because I'm going to be in this scene tonight, the overlay will not, you know what? I can show you the overlay. There's just not going to be anything on there. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to switch scenes real quick and I'm going to let you guys take a look at it. Oh, he does live real close to you, the Signal. That's awesome, man. So you're also, if I'm not mistaken, you guys are in Wisconsin, right? If I'm not mistaken. So This is what I'm talking about right here. There's no gameplay stuff in the background, but look at that crispy ass motherfucking overlay. The shit is dope. The shit is dope. Let me give all my thanks real quick. Jay Howard. Follow him on Twitter at Jay Howard. Instead of an O, it's a 0. You can also follow his other Twitter channel at DestinyCom Art. It is a whole community of artists who not just do Destiny commissions, Destiny fan art, things like that. Oh my God, Taco Tender Talk Show Tuesday. So I think Soccer's new bit every Tuesday is gonna be to make the hashtag one word longer. What's going on, Soccer? If you notice the green sword next to Soccer Opponent, that guy is my mod, my one and only mod. He did your logo signal, which by the way, I think I gave you a ninja follow too, Signal. Thanks so much for that ninja follow. But yes, Jay Howard. Follow him on Twitter at Jay Howard. He also streams twitch.tv/Jay Howard. He does creative streams, and I think every once in a while he plays Destiny. He's an amazing artist. He created at DestinyCom Art, a Destiny community Twitter page that has a conglomerate of all of the Destiny community artists there. I don't know what the final count is on there, but there is a shit ton of artists in this community. There are a whole bunch of amazing dudes. Farian Art, Cobb One Art, so many dudes, and I'm sorry that I'm not getting all the names. There's so many people in that community that I follow. But Young Khan, who has done some art for me in the past, earlier this year, he is also part of it. There's some amazing artists on there. Give them a look-see. This overlay, I love it so much, and I cannot wait to put it to full use tomorrow night when I play Vidya games. He also did a banner for me last night, and he started working on my panels for the Twitch page. The panels are even better than I don't know what's better. I don't know what's better, man. The panels or the fucking the overlay that he did for me. All of it's fucking amazing, and I cannot stress to you how happy I am with it. Yeah, logo's on my Twitter. You know what? The Signal, let me check you out, bro. Do you have the same Twitter handle as you do your Twitch handle? I'm actually gonna search for you. Yes, they were, man. Those panels were hot. So thank you so much, Jay Howard. Also, I need to give a very special thanks to my lovely, lovely fiance and video gaming partner and cheeky bro for life at Cake in a Barrel. She had so much input and just positive feedback for the things that we were trying to do. So let me go back to this overlay, just because I need you guys to see how awesome she made this shit look. So if you notice up on the top banner part of the overlay, it's green on the outer edges and it fades into purple into the center. That was her idea. Originally, Jay Howard had this really awesome idea of kind of making it a camo green looking panel up there. But then he was like, but then my fiance was like, hey, why don't we add some purple in there? And then so I was like, purple and green. So he split it, green on left, purple on right. But then it was like, there's something off about that. Then my girl was like, why don't you just put purple in the middle and green on the outsides? And I was like, holy shit, that's fucking genius. And then Howard did it, and he was like, I don't know. This shit looks really fucking good. It's awesome. So I was really happy about that. And I really appreciated her input because it was super helpful in the process. I feel like I got everything pretty much looking exactly the way I wanted to. I cannot wait to get those panels and to put them in. So long story short, long story still long because I'm still telling it. Channel rebrand, whole new overhaul, new look, incoming. Thanks to at Jay Howard. Let me make sure. At Jay Howard 414 on Twitter. Check him out. Check out his Twitch channel. Check out his website, 414graphics.weebly.com. Look at his shit. If you are looking for overlays from a super good artist with clean lines and clean work, that is the man to go to. I'm telling you right now, he's fucking dope as shit. His shit is really fucking good. So, now that that's out of the way, not out of the way, Talk Show Tuesday. I got a couple of submissions for questions of the night for Make Shoot Up to answer. This is pretty much this is the makeup of the show. I sit here and I talk to you guys in chat, and I answer questions. If you follow me on Twitter or Twitch, and you mention me on Twitter or DM me or whisper me your question or your topic of discussion for Talk Show Tuesday before the show begins, then we will talk about it. All right. If I don't get any suggestions, things that we want to talk about, we just move on with the regular flow of the show. That's pretty much how it's gonna go. I'll talk about pretty much anything that you guys want to talk about. Of course, within reason. We don't want to get super crazy, but this is the time for me to get other people's perspectives, see how they feel about things, and for me to broaden my horizons and to open my mind to other thought processes and ideas that I may not have been exposed to before in my 36, almost 37 years of life on this planet. I really enjoy doing this. I like interacting with chat. I like answering your questions, and the submission part of it is your chance to steer the show when that time comes. So I was actually pretty torn about what I wanted tonight's topic to be about. Sorry, got just getting notifications on my phone like it's cool. Originally, over the weekend, I had decided that I wanted to keep it in the realm of video games and talk about what it means to be a good community member of a video game, especially an online role-playing game or an online multiplayer game such as Destiny, or hell, any other online RPG that you could think of where you end up playing and interacting with other people, real people that you either have to text chat with or you have to chat with, communicate with to achieve objectives or just play the game. Whether you're just playing with them casually, or you're in a clan, or you have taken on the ever popular Sherpa status, that was one of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight. Then Las Vegas happened over the weekend, which I feel terrible for the people who were injured, and even more terrible for the families of people who lost lives in that tragic fucking, I don't even know what to call that. That tragic attack on human life is the best way that I can describe it. There's not a ton of information out right now. We do know that it was like a 64-year-old male who was on somewhere around the 30th or the 33rd floor of a hotel outside of a concert in Las Vegas. He had multiple weapons that were capable of fully automatic fire. He shot through windows and down into a crowd, killed over 50 people, wounded several hundred, and ended up committing the largest, had the most fatalities in a shooting in this country, in this country's history. Is despicable. I'm at a loss for words for what to even say about all of it. And it was something that I'm torn. Should I talk about video game stuff or should I talk about real world stuff? He chose the floor and the room on purpose. He planned it out. Yes, he did. He planned it all out to a T. And something like that takes several days, if not weeks worth of recon. It takes money to purchase weapons and ammunition. It takes resources. It takes all kinds of things. So many things needed to go in his favor for him to get all of the equipment that he needed up into that room. Yes, see, thank you, Signal. That's what I was going to ask the group. Should I talk about games or should I talk about what is relevant in the real world today? I was leaning more towards just making mention and putting my heart and feelings out to the family members who lost people and just kind of trying to lighten things up a little bit. Apparently he was rich as well. I had not seen that report, Signal. I appreciate it. And it's not so much that I was trying to avoid the news today. Sherpa Talk, I want to hear your opinion. All right, so that's 2 votes. We're going to go with Sherpa Talk tonight. That is what we are going to discuss. First, however, I want to switch up the music. I love Disturbed, but I do kind of want to switch things up to something that's a little bit more chill. Let's go with my retro playlist here. I only talk about good feelings on my show, good vibes to fuel good vibes through the world. You know what? Signal, I agree with that sentiment. I like that sentiment. Sometimes I do feel like it's a good thing to talk about the really real world. The way I intend to run my channel, especially on my talk show Tuesdays, is it's going to be a mixture. When there are times where it's necessary to talk about the really real world, we're going to talk about the really real world, and not just when it's relevant to me or something that I care about. And then there are going to be times where we talk about video games. Absolutely. Sonic Drink. Yeah, I got your question, Soccer. I got 3 questions to answer. We're gonna get to that a little bit after the Sherpa Talk, man. I got a question from you, Soccer. A question from Avenger Spec 2ID, which, by the way, you can follow him on Twitter at AvengerSpec2ID. You can follow Soccer Poner on Twitter at Soccer_Poner. Both of those guys are streamers. Soccer Poner, go ahead and blast your channel and all of that stuff, man. Throw your Twitch command up in there, bro, so they know who you are. Avenger Spec is also a streamer. He is super awesome. Yo, what up, plus tax, aka $8 T. Yeah. So the Sonic Drink, I believe, was Soccer Poner's question. Fucking Avenger damn near made me spit out my lunch today when I saw the question he posted me. He added me on Twitter, which was, let me get the exact quote of the question. If you could be a meal, what meal would you be and why? If you could be a meal, what meal would you be and why? And would you eat it? I know I would. So that was the question from Avenger. And then Chronologic 25, which, by the way, future brother-in-law, also an up-and-coming streamer who plays a lot of League of Legends and is one of the cheeky bros that plays Overwatch with myself, Soccer, and 99 cents plus tax, and Cake in a Barrel, and Combustible Lemon, motherfucking cheeky bros, which hopefully we'll play some Overwatch sometime this week, either Wednesday or Thursday. He also streams. You can catch him on twitch.tv/chronologic25. And if you want, you could check out his Twitter, give him a follow at chronologic25. So shit, where the fuck was I going? Oh yeah, Chrono coming in with the super tough question that I thought about all day and still couldn't come up with an answer to. Chrono's question was, let me find it. There we go. Who was the most influential person in your life and why? That question, Chrono, we will answer last because it's very difficult for a multitude of reasons. All right, so, oh, I could decide on what meal I would be. Easy. Yo, these questions aren't just for me, chat. You guys can answer them too. In fact, I'd love to see what you guys feel are those, or how you guys feel about those questions and what answers you'd have for them. So start dropping that food porn up in there. What sexy ass meal would you guys be that would be sitting on a plate in a 5-star restaurant waiting to be consumed by the masses? If you can Discord, I'd hop on for a bit. Soccer, I do not, and you're gonna kill me for this, bro. I don't think I fixed my mic input problem with Discord. So I don't think that is up and running just yet, man. So the topic of tonight, being a Sherpa and good community member in a multiplayer online game. I found a drive-in movie theater. Yo, Gaster, there's still a lot of drive-in movie theaters, right? You don't know nothing, soccer. You don't know me. You don't know my life. You don't know my struggles. Yes, you do. Signal says he would be a thin crust pizza with bacon, hot Italian sausage, onions, mushrooms, a Dr. Pepper, and a turtle sundae. God damn, son. That's a good meal, man. It's a good meal. We can't go wrong with pizza, especially a fucking pizza with 2 different types of meat on it. Although Cake in a Barrel might not really agree with you because she only likes pepperoni. Yes, you are a good meal, bro. You're a meal that any fine American would consume in a heartbeat. Wait, how are you watching Thor Ragnarok? Is that even out yet? Anyhow, to the topic at hand. Yes, Cake in a Barrel. If you guys want to know, one of these days, it might even be tonight, because it might not be tonight though, because we got a lot of shit to talk about. I'll tell you the story behind my gamer tag and Cake in a Barrel's gamer tag. Oh my goodness. Streaming it on the DL. Ooh. Well, that's cool, Gaster2Soul, but unfortunately, I can't endorse something like that because I fully believe in paying artists for their work, whether they're in print media, people who draw or paint, people who make movies, make music. Like, if somebody creates something and I'm going to consume it and it is made for selling for consumption, I am a huge proponent of paying for the work. But that's just me. That's just how I feel about it. I'm not condemning anybody. I just wanted to put that out there. Anyhow, topic of the night, being a good community member or a Sherpa in an online cooperative game. So I got into a Twitter thread, a Twitter discussion over the weekend. I won't name who was in the thread, but I will say it started with me being mentioned in a post about Destiny 2's guided games. It was a picture of one person who was the person who tweeted the picture, and 2 other individuals that were in a clan that ended up joining him in a nightfall in a guided game session. The person who tweeted the picture was a higher power level than the 2 people in the clan that had him in the guided games. The only context that we got to the picture as to the dialogue that he had, the things he had to say about it was, these 2 were my nightfall guides and 3 crying, laughing faces. So for me, I interpret that as these 2 guys who are a lower power level than me were my Sherpa in guided games. Lol, 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 like LUL, not LOL. Kind of like saying backhandedly, these guys shouldn't be Sherpaing me. Now, come to find out, as we talked more in the discussion in the thread, he was not actually trying to. He says he was not trying to convey that type of message, and that's not what he was trying to say. I'm eating a pizza with root beer, thick crust on the pizza, toppings are sausage, pepperoni, ham, extra bacon. Good Lord, have mercy, thick banana shake. We're getting into a fucking food porn war here in chat. Holy shit. 2Souls, you always eating some good ass fucking food. I'm gonna give you a P.O. box, and I'm gonna need you to start putting some of that food in a box with dry ice and shipping it to me. I would really very much appreciate that. Anyhow, so he eventually ended up saying, like I said, that his intent was not for that message to be interpreted that way, but that sparked an entire discussion about guided games in Destiny 2 and what it meant to be a Sherpa. No, 2Souls, I want pizza, bro. I want fucking pizza, especially if it's Chicago deep dish. If it's Chicago deep dish pizza, just send it on this way, man. I will whisper you my P.O. box later, and you can just send it on this way. Sushi burrito. I don't think Is that a thing plus tax? Sushi burritos are a thing? I've never heard of a sushi burrito in my life. Man, all the stuff you guys are eating sounds way better than stuff I had tonight. You wanna know what I had for dinner? I had a salad with some tomatoes and a fillet of rare salmon on top of it. So, oh my God, Gaster, stop it. Stop it. I was born tonight, but I wasn't born last night. I know what that means. Get out of here, man. Sherpa should teach and help. Yes. So that's the point I'm trying to get to. It sparked the conversation of guided games and what it means. What guided games' intention was, and what it actually is turning out to be. So this person's argument is that guided games is just a way for clans to create a cool guy club and for them to just find another way to game Destiny's loot system and to gain loot out of it. What's up, bro? Holy shit. My name is in the part. Yo, the only way I can talk to that's not, well, it kind of is true. Oh, fuck no, Windows. You are not restarting now. I'm picking a time. Sorry, fam. My fucking computer's trying to shut down on me and stop this stream. All right. I want you to update tomorrow at 8 a.m. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Don't fuck up my flow. Thank you, Windows 10. Suck it, Cortana. Anyways, moving on. Being a Sherpa does not mean that you have the highest light level or power level. Doesn't mean you have all the best gear. It's cool. I see you went to Hollywood on me. What do you mean I went to Hollywood on you? You must please explain, What's the topic? All right, the topic of discussion for tonight, for right now, is, before I answer some questions that were presented to me on Twitter, is being a good community member in a online multiplayer cooperative game, and also being a good Sherpa, and what that means. I feel like you're jealous of my snacks. I enjoy on the occasion. No, Two Souls, I'm not jealous of your snacks. I'm just not falling into your lewd ass trap right now, sir. I know what you're doing. Like I said, I was born tonight, but I wasn't born last night. All right. So that was the topic, So again, you don't have to be the highest level. You don't have to have the best gear. The point in being a Sherpa, and is honestly, you don't even have to know every single encounter or mechanic of a raid or a nightfall or whatever activity it is that you are guiding a less experienced person through. And it doesn't even have to be a less experienced person. That sometimes equal, what the fuck is a Sherpa? Bro, Two Soul, come on, bro. You know what a Sherpa is. If you don't, you got to grab a dictionary, man. Or roll. Absolutely, So, people who come into these things that require a Sherpa, in this instance, in the guided games in Destiny 2, are just individuals that do not have a group of people usually to play with on a regular. They're trying to participate in an end game activity that they have not had the opportunity to complete, and they just want to go in, play the end game activity, have some fun, because God forbid you have fun while you're playing a fucking video game, and possibly complete said activity, learn some mechanics, and hopefully, in the end, as an end result, become a valuable member of a team. That is a Sherpa's role. I think you should know. Wait, what? I think you should know the fights, but you don't need to be a god. I get it. I get it 100%. Yes, sir. That is a great point, That is an excellent point. You don't need to be a god. You don't need to be the guy that's fucking averaging 200-300 kills per session and not dying and all of that stuff. Here, and this is where I make analogies of being a Sherpa in a video game to what I do in real life, which is teach people, especially on the in the adult learning realm. Shoot was my favorite and first Sherpa, so gentle. I was gentle. I didn't yell at you about fighting the invisible walls, man. So that's got to count for something. Did I bring snacks? I brought snacks, but they were just for me. See, I'm supposed to guide you through the activity. It's not my responsibility to feed and clothe you and make sure you have something to drink. That you got to bring that shit. Oh my God. I only like Sherpas with snacks. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not the Sherpa for you, Signal. Anyhow, you don't need to be a god at the game. You don't need to know and understand every single mechanic. So in comparing it to what I do in real life, just because I am a teacher in the adult learning realm and I'm a subject matter expert in the things that I teach, it does not mean that I know everything. Just like the things that I parrot on this show all the time. If you think that you are working hard, you're actually not working hard anymore. Same thing in the realm of learning and being a student or being a teacher. If you are a teacher and you think that you have learned everything that you need to learn, you are no longer a good teacher, because you can always learn things in life. And part of being a good teacher, i.e. being a good Sherpa, is imparting your knowledge and helping someone with your skills, but also being receptive enough to listen to feedback from other people, especially if it's something that could possibly end up being more efficient. It's supposed to be a give and take to the whole relationship between the Sherpa and the Sherpee. We're gonna wipe on it. So like, this is just my opinion. This is just Make Shoot of's opinion. All opinions are of our big bosses and belong to Military Sans Frontiers. That is your disclaimer for the night. I got so frustrated with one kid that I told him to stand in the corner while we cleared an area. He was being a dick, honestly. Now, there are times where you do kind of have to bring the hammer down on somebody, especially if they're trying to present you a strategy that is clearly not going to work and you've given it a try, or the person is just not being effective enough in their role, they're not staying within their role, then yes, you do kind of have to, I don't like using the term put someone in their place, because as adults, or even as somewhat adults, if you're a teenager or whatever, putting someone in their place is not going to get you where you need to be, but goddamn it, sometimes that shit needs to happen. Anyhow, yes, up Siki, up. Oh my goodness, this needs to be told to everyone in the Destiny community. Thank you, my name is I really appreciate it, and I know that you are no stranger to everything that I am talking about right now. Some people need to be humbled, absolutely. Even now, there are Sherpies that need to be humbled. There are also motherfucking Sherpas that need to be humbled as well, including myself. I have had times where I've been a Sherpa in a raid or any other endgame activity, and I've really started feeling myself, and I'm like, oh man, I'm really fucking good, and I'm doing all this stuff, and I know what to do. I know all the stuff. I've acted like I'm the smartest guy in the room, and you can't tell me anything, and it has made the experience bad for people in the past playing the game. I am not perfect, but I will say this about myself. I've had the courage to look within myself and see those flaws and try my damnedest. Go all Muhammad Ali, which, by the way, one of my favorite boxers of all time. Don't even get me started on that. Yes. I've had those moments where I've really started feeling myself, and I've had to catch myself and draw back. And I haven't always been successful at catching myself and pulling myself back and being like, hey man, you're kind of being a dick right now. You need to chill out. Just let people play, let people have fun. Because at the end of the day, we're here to interact with each other, have fun, complete a task, build a sense of teamwork, and maybe in the future, a sense of community if somebody wants to play with you. If somebody leaves a game that you Sherpa'd, wanting to play with you again and having enjoyed themselves, whether or not they completed the activity, you did your job as a Sherpa. And I think where people lose sight am believing what a Sherpa actually is they equate that to the task must have been completed. It must have been done in a timely, efficient manner. And you must have been the smartest and most skilled person in the group. That's unfortunately what I believe what people think of when they hear the term Sherpa. And that Twitter thread with the person that will not be named kind of brought all of that out of me when that discussion happened. You think Max is a genius? He's solving a lot of math problems. That's awesome, man. Maybe he'll be an engineer. Shit, you ought to think about maybe sending him to Virginia Tech, unless that's an out-of-state school. I wouldn't recommend sending anybody to an out-of-state school because that shit's fucking expensive. What I like about you is that even if you do get salty, you apologize and try to be better next time. You know what, thank you for that. I really appreciate that. Feels good, man. You're making me feel good tonight. And I do try to do that because I know when I'm being a salty ass bitch. And Soccer will tell you when I'm on stream, he could tell when I'm being salty make shoot of. And he'll say salty shoot. And I'll be like, God damn, I know my salt face is on right now. Usually it's in PvP because I'm ultra fucking competitive and I don't like to lose, which by the way, fucking Trials of the 9. Ooh, don't even get me started on that. So I sometimes I have to check myself and really make sure that I'm not being the asshole. And that's the thing. That ties into what's happening in the world today with how we interact with each other socially. If we just take a moment to look at ourselves honestly and ask ourselves, am I being an empathetic person? Am I being a decent person? Am I being a dick? If I were treating my doppelganger the way I'm treating this person right now, would I feel good about it? Would I feel like I'm not necessarily doing the right thing, but yes, doing the right thing? Always a good thing. I appreciate that, Signal. Appreciate it. Still have not played Trials and Destiny 2. We'll be playing a lot on the 14th. Yo, Signal, are you any good at Trials? Do you have an extra large shit, I'm trying to think of a cheesy ass backpack from the 90s. Fuck. Do you have an extra large backpack that you might be able to carry a zero skill Trials of the 9 player through? I've never been to the lighthouse. I only played Trials of Osiris like twice in Destiny 1. And I played Trials of the 9 once in Destiny 2. Didn't even win a round. How's that sound? Does that sound like fun? I'm just playing, man. So what was the first ever game I played? Hold up, Two Soul. I'll get to that question here in a second. I'm trying to keep the flow of the show going. Love you, man, for real. Yo, you know how I feel about you, bro. We've been texting and internet and virtual friends for more than 2 fucking years, man. One of these days, I would love to make it out there to Texas to meet you. It would be super awesome if you end up somehow getting out to Guardian Con this year. We would fucking party. You know how I feel about you, I appreciate it, man. At least once a day. Oh my goodness. I am average in moments of greatness. Been to the lighthouse 4 times only. Well, guess what? That's 4 more times than your boy has been to the lighthouse. You know how many times I've been to the lighthouse? If we added up all the rounds I've won, it would be somewhere around -24 times. I was solid this time. We only have one. Soccer, I don't believe that for 1 second. I believe that in the first few rounds of Trials, I did okay. But then in the latter half, I became the weak link. That's how I felt about my gameplay. Now, the previous PvP stuff where we weren't in competitive, we weren't doing Trials, I felt like I was playing well. But Trials, I don't know, man. I have to get better at competitive play. Like my name is was saying, and I even quoted you the other night, my name is You gotta eat your vegetables, bro. Nobody wants to play fucking PvP. Everybody hates it, but you gotta eat your vegetables to grow big and strong and get better. Oh, I'm better than... Okay, yeah, you guys are talking to each other. That's awesome. I love it when you guys talk to each other in chat, by the way. I am on Xbox One, Signal. Xbox One, man. I do have a PS4, but I only run Destiny and Destiny 2 on Xbox One. All right, so back to what I was saying about the Sherpa stuff. So we did get 2 or 3 wins. Man, I must have been so traumatized, soccer, that I just didn't fucking remember that. Because I swear I thought we did not win a round, man. Oh, hi Jake. How's it going, buddy? Oh, speaking of Jake, you want to say hi to the fam? You want to say hi to everybody on Twitch? Hi everyone. My name's Jake, and I like to sneak outside and have adventures and scare Cake in a Barrel to death. So this fucking cat, man. I think oh yeah, that's right. I do remember. You're right, me, you, and Soccer did get 3 wins in Trials of Osiris and Destiny 1. That is true. Jake is the best. But yo, last night, this motherfucker was killing me last night. So, Cake's sister, Combustible Lemon, one of the cheeky bros, left our house last night to go back home because they returned from, all right, just hop right on across, buddy. Don't worry about it. Your pillow awaits you, your liege. She left to go back home because the family had just gotten back from their trip on their Disney cruise, man. Cake goes outside to walk Lemon out to her car, help her put her stuff in her car. Yes, that is her gamer tag, Combustible Lemon. And if you look, her catch line is, "We're done here." It's fucking great. Oh, and I better not come to Tejas without seeing the Poner Clan. Come on, man. I can't go to Texas without seeing both of you guys, but something's got to give. That state's too fucking big, and y'all live on opposite ends of it. So, yeah, she's helping Lemon put her stuff in the car, and she accidentally leaves the door open. And I feel really bad about this because I didn't catch it either. I was upstairs watching Monday Night Football and watching Jay Howard stream, doing my overlay and my banner and shit. Which, by the way, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm going to update my banner with the banner that Jay Howard made for me last night. I can't fucking wait. It's fucking beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. Anyhow, so Jake got out the door. And what he likes to do, I'll usually open the door from the kitchen to the garage to let him go outside. Not outside, but just in the garage to look around and stuff. Jake was an outside cat. Cake in a Barrel adopted him. He was a stray. She adopted him, took him into the home, and she's had him as an inside cat for, I don't know, probably about 6 years, maybe 7 years or so. So he was formerly an outside cat, which, by the way, if you see the microphone shaking, it's because he's vigorously rubbing his face on it right now. So he snuck outside, right? And we were looking all over the house for like 15 minutes, checking all the closets, because usually Jake doesn't get outside the house. He's real skittish, and he kind of slowly tries to creep his way out of the house, but he doesn't actually make it. This time he actually made it outside. So we're walking around with fucking flashlights, looking in the bushes. I'm looking all over the place, looking underneath cars. I'm looking in the trees back behind our condo. I see eyes, and I think it's Jake, but turns out it's a fucking rabbit. So I'm like, shit. The whole time I'm remaining somewhat calm, but I'm starting to get scared because I'll be honest with you guys, before I met Cake in a Barrel, I was not a cat person. I fucking hated cats. But I gotta tell you, this little bastard right here is my favorite cat. He's my road dog. He sits in my lap while I play video games. I love this cat. And I would be severely distraught. I would be distraught if we had lost him or if something had happened to him. So, I'm looking for the cat, right? And then a neighbor lady comes out with her dogs around and comes up the sidewalk. And she sees me with a flashlight and she's like, "Are you looking for something? Did you lose something?" I'm like, "Yes." So I immediately pull out my phone and I pull up one of the 600,000 pictures I have of Jake on my phone, and I shove it in her face. And I'm like, "If you see this little guy running around, please let me know. We live in this unit down at this end of the building. Please come and get me. We think that he escaped." So she's like, "I'm really sorry that happened. you know, I work for animal control for the Fairfax County Animal Shelter, which, by the way, my fiance also works there. So she's like, well, you know, if you lose them, there's a reporting process. And I'm like, yeah, we know, we already know how that works because she works there. So her dogs start reacting to one of the bushes right next to the building. She's like, you know what? He might be over there. I don't know. The dogs are kind of reacting, but I don't know. So she walks back around the corner of the building. And I guess she thinks twice, and she comes back around the corner, and then the dogs start freaking out. Bam, just like that. She turns on her cell phone light, shines it into the bush. Jake's sitting there looking like this. She calls me over and it's like, I found him. I shine my light in the bush. Jake's sitting there looking like a derp. Cake runs over with a bag of treats. We throw a couple treats at him. He's just like, fuck that shit. I'm not coming out. There's noises and sounds and smells, and I'm scared. I haven't been outside in a really long time. Cake works her way into the bushes, grabs Jake, brings him back into the house. Life is good, except this morning I realized if we had not found this little bastard, I would be really fucking sad. As calm as I felt at the time that we were looking for him, I realized I would have been pretty fucked up if we had lost Jake. Oh my goodness, man. Whew. All right, so that Jake had his adventure last night. So being a Sherpa, the end goal is not to finish the activity. Well, yes, the end goal is to finish the activity, but that's not what's most important. It's making sure that the people that are playing with you, you have a responsibility to give the people who are playing with you the best experience that you possibly can. Now, you can't control how they feel at the end of it, but what you can control, how you react to them, listening to them, listening to their input, giving them clear and concise instructions when needed, and not giving somebody. And that was one of the things that I had to learn on the 100 when I became a Sherpa and started running fucking who knows. I think I Sherpa'd over 150 King's Fall raids, like a shit ton of King's Fall raids. Yo, J Howard 414, the man, the artist. Yo, hold on, I'm gonna switch scenes just for you, Jay. Check this out, bro. I know there's no gaming in the background, but look at that crispy shit, bro. Look at that crispy shit. So the idea that I had, King's Fall gross. Hey man, King's Fall is honestly probably one of my favorite raids in Destiny 2 besides Vault of Glass and Wrath of the Machine. But hey, it's not for everybody, you know what I mean? I can understand your pain if you spent like 6 to 8 hours in a King's Fall like I did at one time with Avenger Spec. You might get a little salty at it. Yo, so first of all, I was trying to play it cool in my Twitter DMs with you, Jay Howard, but I love this overlay. I unless you see a reason to change anything in the overlay, I am fine with it. I know, I love it so much. I wanted to get my fiance Cake in a Barrel's input, which by the way, the purple in the middle was her idea, along with some other things. She was watching at the same time I was, and she was like, oh, I think this would look good. You should tell him to do this. You should ask him this and that. I was like, babe, I love you so much right now. I know why I'm marrying you. You took care of me when I was sick and injured. You play video games with me. We watch fucking football together. And you know how to make my Twitch overlay look amazing with all of this input. So that's, I want to keep it this way, man. It's so nice. So, but what I was gonna ask Cake is the purple color of the font for the scrolling music bad? Is it being overshadowed by the green on the bar at the bottom for the current song? Because I kind of like it, but if it's being overshadowed and I need to brighten that up just a little bit so that people can see it, that's what I'm gonna do. And also, my fucking, damn it, I keep forgetting that I gotta point the opposite direction. My beer glass over there, that's my tip and bit cup. What I was gonna do is take my codec image out of it and put the fucking Foxhound emblem that you made for me in there. And I think it's gonna be dope as shit. And I can't wait. It's hard to read, to be honest. Thank you. That's the input that I need. I'm pretty sure Kate's gonna say the same thing. I'm gonna end up switching that for the gaming broadcast tomorrow night, and I can't wait to do it. So what I'm gonna do, I haven't decided. I know for sure that Military Sans Frontiers is gonna get removed, and the logo that you made for me is gonna get put up in that corner. And I'm thinking I have an idea for when, if I go off on a fucking tangent or a rant or whatever, the red hot takes logo, I'm going to create another scene where the red hot takes logo gets put in there because I think it's fucking hilarious. Jay Howard, you are a genius. Thank you so much. And bro, I don't know what I was telling people at the top of the show. I don't know what to be more excited about. The overlay and the fucking banner or those panels. The panels are amazing. They look so good. But anyhow, I'm sorry, man. All right, yeah, guys, thanks for the input. I'm definitely going to change the color of the scrolling music so that it's something a little bit easier to read. King's Fall was my favorite, but probably because it is where I met the chillest people. That's how I feel about it too. So here's what I love about King's Fall. I loved the challenge of trying to Sherpa people through that raid, and I loved the zen state that you felt once everybody was in sync and on key and everybody did their jobs in rhythm, knew what they were supposed to do. I mean, it was like being in a trance-like state. And the most fun that I've ever had playing Destiny is raiding with you, Soccer, Jerk Dog, Trishable, and Raptor, and all of us knowing the mechanics so fucking well that we could talk shit to each other and joke about Tom Brady wearing Uggs getting boned by Gisele Bündchen in a strap-on while we're playing the raid. Those were some of my favorite gaming moments. Get a room, you two. I think that is classic. My name is Don't ever change, man. Just finished the panels, actually. Thank you so much, man. A room made of those panels. Yeah, I agree, mechanics-based raids are the best, man. They are absolutely the best. Your virgin. I say that shit all the time, Zero. The Signal. I'm sorry. I don't know why I wanted to say Zero Signal. I've had a fucking... I know why. Because I've had, damn it, what's the name of that band? Shit. Now I gotta look it up or I'm never gonna forget about it. It's gonna be stuck in my head. What was the name of the band that I just searched today? One of my favorite metal bands. No. Cancel that. Fear Factory. Yes, Fear Factory had an album named Zero Signal. Sorry. Anyways, back on topic. Getting light checked is the worst. I felt that way with Wrath of the Machine. Yes, Wrath of the Machine absolutely light checked us at a certain point. But I feel like we learned mechanics and got powerful enough to get Wrath of the Machine relatively quickly. Vosic Phase 2 is a pain in the ass. And if you got a couple of people that aren't as strong with timing on slamming things, doing Axis Phase 2's challenge mode can be difficult. Metal bands, absolutely, man. Yo, oh my god, yo, Jay, if you had listened to the first talk show Tuesday I did 3 weeks ago, it was all about music and how I progressed through my life and what music I listened to and how I relate it to who I am as a person and how it affects me. Like, I associate music with memories, man. I mean, I wasn't gonna say it, but since the man with the green sword said it, I can't disagree. That's kind of what happened. But yo, let's not forget the person who dropped the cannon on one of the plates that was supposed to be slammed. You couldn't slam the plate because he picked up a cannon. Gee, I wonder who that asshole was. Yes, I do know you're in a metal band, Jay Howard. Yo, you can plug it if you want to, man, for sure. That's super fucking cool. When I first started heavy listening to music, it was nothing but punk, alternative rock, and metal, and Fear Factory was the first metal band I ever listened to. It was the first metal band I'd ever heard that had a double bass drum, and it blew my fucking mind because I was 13 years old and I didn't know that was a thing. I was obsessed with Fear Factory, and I still love Fear Factory. They're super awesome. Or the dicks that jumped on all the tissue boxes. Yeah, I wonder who that guy was. Don't worry, guys, I got it. We turn around and there's no fucking safe haven to jump to because they're all gone. But anyhow, I apologize for jumping back and forth and talking about all kinds of shit, from the type of music I listen to the fact that my cat escaped his home last night. The point of this talk, like I said before, be a good community member when you play video games. When you play with randos, when you play with blueberries, especially if you're in an in-game activity that requires communication and cooperation, just be a decent person to them. Listen. Don't be an asshole. And, you know, set realistic expectations for yourself and the activity, and also make sure you give clear, concise instructions to the people you are trying to guide through the game. That's why it's called guided games. Guided games is not matchmaking. Is it technically matchmaking? Yes, but it is a form of matchmaking, being guided so that you have to have at least a couple of people from a clan to do it. And the incentive is for those clan members to stay in that activity until its completion, help the person, and to provide an overall good experience for the individual people in the game, in the world of Destiny 2, who do not have a regular group of people to play with. The only way for them to build that type of incentive was to put a reward system in for doing well. Unfortunately, there shouldn't be rewards for doing the right thing, but guess what? In the world of video games, where you're fucking anonymous, you have to put incentives in, or people are going to be dicks. So, the whole argument of it being just a way for people to earn more rewards, yeah, it is a way for people to earn more rewards. However, that's the whole point of guided games. Are people going to be able to abuse the system? Yes, any system that you create is not going to be utopian and perfect for everyone and get the intended results every single time. There's always going to be an opportunity for someone to abuse it. But I think overall, so far, guided games is working as intended, and I believe it is a good thing. So there we go. That was the whole point of the conversation. Just be a good community member. And if you are a Sherpa, be a good Sherpa. And if you're not getting good positive feedback, if people don't want to come back and play with you, if people are cussing at you and calling you a dick and leaving your game on a consistent basis, at a certain point, you have to stop blaming the people for leaving, and you have to look in the mirror and ask yourself, is it me? And that, not just in video games, do that in life. Do that in life. Is it me? Is there something that I can do better to make a situation better? All right. Not saying you have to placate everybody and change your behavior for everybody, but sometimes it is your behavior and not everyone else. All right. So there we go. That's the talk that I wanted to have with you guys on being a Sherpa and a good community member. Who would do such a thing? If he is in the clan, you should kick him. Well, we can't kick someone that doesn't belong to the clan anymore, if you know what I mean. Love you, Love you. Wait, I'm really bad at doing this heart thing because I don't practice it all the time. But whatever. So now we're going to get to the part of the night where I answer the questions that were asked of me via Twitter, which, by the way, again, Make Shoot Of on Twitter, at Make Shoot Of. I do this talk show Tuesday, every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What was that, an onion? Yes, it was. It was an onion, man. What you want me to do, man? I'm not in the business of making hearts and shit. Here, hold on. No, that's not good. That doesn't work either. Is that better? No, that's not. No, I suck at this. I'm not good at this. Okay. It looks like a heart from my end, but it's not. I think it's more like a daikon radish from Mario 2, but that's just me. Anyways, if you follow me on Twitter at MakeShootOf, or if you follow the Twitch channel, every Tuesday, you have an opportunity to either ask me a question or send me a topic that you would like to discuss on the show. I just ask that you be following on either the Twitch channel or on Twitter. And the best way to get me that question is to either DM me through Twitter, @mention me on Twitter, what it is that you'd like to know, or you can whisper me in Twitch. If I get that submission before the start of the show, if I got enough time, we'll get it in there. I'll answer the question or we'll talk about it. All right. Awesome. I radish you, honey. Lol. Going to say that to the wife now. Yo, do it. And then report back to me as to what she says, because I need to know. I hamburger you too. You guys, man. I would appreciate y'all making fun of my inability to make heart signs with my hands. Okay. Don't appreciate it. It's not cool. It's not making me feel good at all. So, question number 1. The first question I got today, let me make sure I get this in order, get it proper, like profile. Absolutely will get a confused look, man. Yep, I believe the first question came from Soccer Poner. My favorite Sonic slushie. For those of you, and I don't know how far Sonics go as far as north or west of where I am. I'm on the East Coast in Northern Virginia. There are no Sonics in Northern Virginia. There are Sonics in West Virginia and south of me. But Sonic is a chain of restaurants that have great fucking tater tots, slushies, and burgers. Amongst other things. I mean, some people would say they're kind of known for their chili dogs and shit. Excuse me. But they have great fucking food. Soccer Pointer asking the real questions. Yeah, he does, man. Now, so I had a hard time with this question as well as the question that Chrono asked me, because I don't get a chance to go to Sonic as often as I would like. All I know is my favorite flavor from Sonic is one of 2 flavors. It's either going to be the strawberry lemonade or whatever that bluish purplish concoction was that fucking Kevin Durant came up with paired up with Sonic like a couple years ago. I don't know if it was blueberry or fucking blue raspberry or whatever the fuck it was, but it was delicious. Absolutely. Lemonades are bae. I fucking love lemonades, man. So they do have Sonics in Wisconsin. That's badass. That's badass, man. Cherry limeades. Oh, I forgot about the cherry limeade. Anything with lemon or lime is gonna be fucking delicious. Yes, sir. But yeah, one of those 2 is my favorite slushy flavor mix from Sonic. Thank you, Soccer Poner, for the question. I appreciate you, bud. So question number 2 came from one Avenger Specs 2 ID, a fellow streamer, a fellow friend from Twitter and Twitch, and a fellow raid Sherpa that I met through the 100 that I played many hours of Destiny with. Let's see. The question was, damn it, I got to find it. Oh, I scrolled right past it. Come on. I hate this part because I feel like when I'm being quiet, there's just like a gigantic dead air gap in the stream. Oh my God, what the hell? Tweets and replies. Come on. Show me what I need to see. Do what you were built to do. That epic saxophone with that dope ass 80s beat. Damn it. Come on, man. Oh, no shit. I'm stupid. All right. So question number 2 from Avenger Spec 2 Ideas. If you could be a meal, what meal would you be and why? And would you eat it? No, he didn't ask the would you eat it part. If I could be a meal, shit, that is a tough question. But right off the top of my head, for whatever reason, breakfast foods always come to mind. I would be a tall stack of buttermilk pancakes with fucking buttered syrup, 2 eggs over easy, crispy bacon, and a cookies and cream milkshake. That's the meal that I would be. Breakfast burrito, faux show, man. Hell yeah. That was question number 2. Thank you so much, Avenger Spec, for that question. I appreciate it, brah. We got to play again sometime soon, man. And the final question, oh my God, the toughest question of the night was asked to me by my brother-in-law, my future brother-in-law, Chronologic25. Who is the most influential person in your life and why? I thought about this all fucking day and I had a hard time coming up with the answer for this reason. So it's going to get a little bit heavy on you guys, but I'm going to try to keep it, you know, under 200 and under 500 pounds. You know what I mean? So I did not have a real opportunity to have a lot of influential people in my life because the stepfather I grew up with was an abusive asshole. He never had anything good to say about me. He was never encouraging. He never taught me any of the things that a dad would usually teach their child, like how to throw a baseball, how to throw a football, shit like that, man. Anything that I learned sports-wise or athletically, I learned in the sandlots, out in the yard, in the park, and through playing recreational sports at the peewee and middle school and high school level. I learned that shit on the fly because I did not have an active, supportive, non-abusive father figure, male figure in my life. So, you know what? Now that I think about it, and I to this day wish that I remembered this man's name. He was a drill instructor that I had in basic training. I joined the Marine Corps as soon as I graduated from high school. I was actually in the delayed entry program. I signed up to join the Marine Corps my junior year in high school, spent a year in the delayed entry program, and 3 days after I graduated high school, I was in Marine Corps basic training in lovely Parris Island, South Carolina, part of 3rd Battalion, Platoon 77. 3077 was my series and platoon number when I went to basic training. I had a drill instructor who loved AC/DC, would drink Aqua Velva like a crazy person, was a PT stud who could do dips, push-ups, mountain climbers, and pull-ups forever, it seemed. The man was a PT god. He was always honest. He was hard yet fair. He was always, he would drink fucking Aqua Velva, man. That's what drill instructors do in basic training, man. They do crazy shit to try to get you to think they were either hard as fuck or just crazy. But now that I look back on it, Aqua Velva had a lot of alcohol in it, man. And there were some dudes, there were some Marines, won't say names, that would sip on Aqua Velva to satiate their alcoholic tendencies, man. So believe it or not, I know this guy wasn't an alcoholic. He was just that dude. He was in the Marine Corps, we like to call those dudes hard chargers. So this guy, for whatever reason, I mean, he didn't show favoritism to people in the company and not in the company, in the platoon. But for whatever reason, he always would push me harder than everyone else. Maybe it has something to do with me being the platoon guide and then eventually ended up being the honor graduate of my company back in 1999 when I graduated basic training. But he always pushed me extremely hard. He was always harder on me when I fucked up. But he also had nothing but praise for me when I graduated basic training. And I ended up running into him again after I finally got into my military occupational service, I was an 0311, which is a basic infantryman in the Marine Corps. When I finished infantry school, I ended up getting sent to the United States Marine Corps Silent Drill Platoon, which is their premier marching unit. You may have seen commercials about them. You might have heard about them. There is one platoon like that in the entire Marine Corps. They are like the Marine Corps', for lack of a better description, honor guard. They are a recruiting tool for the Marine Corps. The entire. Oh, hello, dear. Hi, Cake. Am I being too loud? Oh, it's going well. I'm trying to answer Chrono's question right now. Thank you. That was Cake in the Barrel herself right there. Thank you. Appreciate it. Awesome. Problem solved. Song ticker will be changed to white. But anyhow, that was my job at Marine Barracks 8th and I in Washington D.C. She already left, but I'll make sure I let her know. Signal 42. Appreciate it, bro. Everyone's job in that battalion was they were an infantryman first. They went to infantry school. Yes, please. It is getting a little bit warm, just for a little bit. And as soon as we're going to wrap up probably about the next 10 minutes or so. Thank you. I appreciate it. It does get a little bit warm in the stream room, especially with this light in my face. But, you know, everyone's job in the battalion there was an infantryman. We all went to infantry school and we were selected for whatever reason. Some people say that it is based off of height. That is not true. It is not always based off of height. The shortest person that we had on the silent drill platoon was 5'10". So that rumor about you got to be 6 foot tall at a minimum to be selected for that duty station was untrue. It's just the luck of the draw, man. It depends on what the Marine Corps' retention levels are, which affects how many people end up in what units throughout the Marine Corps. If they need people for ceremonial duty, they select you for ceremonial duty. If they need you to be a standard infantryman, either on the East Coast or the West Coast, whether that be California, 29 Palms, Camp Pendleton, or in North Carolina, Camp Lejeune, Camp Geiger, those are the places you end up going. I somehow ended up being selected to go to Washington, D.C. to be at 8th and I. When I got there, the selection process for the silent drill platoon had already been filled. So I asked the question of one of the staff NCOs there, well, once I end up in one of the line platoons, when is the earliest that I can join the silent drill platoon? He said, you know, if you're good and your platoon wants to send you, you can Mustang it and go next year. He then went to the staff NCO that was in charge of the platoon, said, we got a hard charger. The only person that has volunteered to go through silent drill school, I think you should take the guy. They took me. I made the team. I made marching 24 my first year. My second year, I made inspection team. Third year, made inspection team, and that's it. Oh, awesome signal. Before I go back to talking about the person that was most influential in my life, Robin Williams, your mom, Chris Hardwick are your idols. I like me some Chris Hardwick, man. Love me some Chris Hardwick. When he was doing Talking Bad, I think was actually, I loved Chris Hardwick back on the days of G4 when he would do guest appearances on fucking Attack of the Show, man. That was Chris Hardwick, right? If I'm not mistaken. Are your idols. Your mom died when you were 13 due to a car crash. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry that she was taken away from you so soon. My uncle adopted me and proceeded to physically and verbally abuse me. I know the fucking feeling, man. It's hard to trust people when you have somebody that close to you in your life do shit like that to you. Believe me, I know the feels. Drove me to want to succeed and show him how great I am. Muhammad Ali reference. Yes, sir. Right here, fam. I got you. I understand exactly where you're coming from. His podcast is awesome. Yeah, I haven't. It's what is it? It's something nerd, right? I can't remember what Chris Hardwick's podcast is, but I need to listen to it. He was on G4. That's what I thought. Chris Hardwick was on G4 and the Nerdist. Thank you, Signal. I appreciate that. Rip G4. I miss you every day of my life. Rip Attack of the Show. Olivia Munn. If I ever break up with Cake in the Barrel, I know you're single and you ain't dating Aaron Rodgers anymore. I'm coming for you, girl. Rip Attack of the Show. Rip G4. I miss it. Love it. Rip fucking damn, what was that game review show that was on G4 TV that had Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb? Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Come on. He also did Singled Out on MTV with Jenny McCarthy. Holy shit. I was too young to remember that stuff, man. X-Play. Thank you. My name is See, this is another reason why I do this. This is another reason why I stream. This is a reason why you see me so excited every time I do this. I get to nerd the fuck out with people. I don't get to do this on a regular basis because a lot of my friends are extremely right-wing and all they care about are guns, politics, and all kinds of other stuff. I don't get to talk about this kind of stuff. So you guys give me this outlet, and I really appreciate it. It's super cool. I am old. He used to be a fat sack of shit. His words. Who, Chris Hardwick? I didn't know Chris Hardwick used to be fat. That's crazy, man. Wow. But anyway, RIP G4. And Signal, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm glad that you're better for it. I really hope that you are better for it. It seems to me that you are. And out of darkness in our lives, some of the best things can grow. Bad alcoholic. Wow, I did not know that. Yes, he was a crazy drinker and quit drinking to better himself. I love hearing stories of redemption, man. Not just of redemption, but of people just finally saying enough is enough, man. I'm sick of this bullshit. I'm sick of letting whatever past demons rule my life and take charge of me. I'm going to do something to improve my life and better myself. But also, I don't condemn people who end up succumbing to their demons. I understand what it's like to have demons. I still fight some of them today. And for guys like Chester Bennington, who fought their demons as long as they possibly could, but ended up losing to them, I still have all the respect in the world for them. I hope that they found some semblance of happiness and joy and positive influence in their life at some point before their lives ended. My mantra is you have to be a warrior to get through life. You have to fight for everything. I agree with you 100%. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Nah, I ain't saying, man, how you think that make me look? I'm just gonna be in somebody's house, just grinding my feet up in their couch. Yeah, I remember grinding my feet in this couch. Yes, Robin Williams did succumb to his demons. I actually did an IRL stream about that driving home from work a few months ago when I first heard about Chester Bennington's suicide, and how it was really bothering me that people in the media and on social networks were saying that Chester was weak and that he was a rock star and he had everything. He had money and riches and could do whatever he want, and that he should have been able to get over it. Look, man, does money make people's lives better and easier? Yes. Will it buy you happiness, and will it destroy the demons that are in your soul? No, they won't. Empathy. Empathy is what matters in life, man. If somebody's having a hard time and they end up succumbing to those demons and taking their own life just to escape the pain, it does not make them less of a person. It just means that they didn't want to deal with the pain anymore. It doesn't make them weak. It doesn't make them less of a person. It doesn't mean that they are not worthy of empathy. It just means that in that moment, they thought that that was the best decision to make for them to no longer feel pain at that given time. That's all it means, man. And I guess people come up with those excuses and those types of insults to make themselves feel better and to get them to understand the crazy things that happen in this world. But just like an abusive parent, just like a person who molests children, just like a person who rapes, sometimes there is just no understanding things. It's just things that happen. And sometimes we have to get over our incessant need to understand things and just accept things as they are, not accept things as they are, accept things as they have happened, and try to do things to either prevent those things in the future or help when we see the signs and we see the need to help. All right. Yo, I did not expect that to spin off into that stream of consciousness, but it fucking did, man. Oh my goodness, I need to catch up. Uh-oh, I made a joke after he killed himself. It's whatever, bro. People do different things to cope with things. You're that kind of guy, man. You're still my friend anyways. You know what I mean? What are you gonna do, man? He took the Chris Cornell suicide hard. Yeah, he did, and that was his best friend. You know, some people just cannot overcome their demons, man, and it just happens sometimes. It's painful for family and friends and people who really cared and looked up to them. but try to remember the good times and the good influences they had on you and how they affected you positively as a person. And even remembering the negative effects that someone has on you can help you if you can take that and use it as fuel to motivate you to do things better or differently than that person did. So either way, you can always gain a positive experience through something. It just all depends on your perspective and what you do with it. I am tasteless. Sometimes you are, but that's who you are as a person. Sometimes you're funny as fuck and you make me laugh. That's why we're still friends. Humor is a fine way to cope. It is a fine way to cope, man. That's sometimes all you can do is just laugh at things. That's just my personality. Most of the time my foot is in my mouth, bro. Like I said, man, that's you. That's your personality. If that wasn't you, you would not be My Name Is Those things, the things that you're critiquing yourself on right now are actually some of the things that draw people to you. So, you know, so I spun off on Chester Bennington, all kinds of stuff. Anyways, so that drill instructor, the way he treated me in basic training, I will never forget him. Although I have forgotten his name, I still remember very vividly what he looks like, what his voice sounded like. I ran into him on an East Coast tour after I had already spent my first year in the Marine Corps on the Silent Drill Platoon. He got to see me perform. I was extremely happy about it. He was extremely proud of me. And that is a moment that I will carry with me for the rest of my life as long as I have that memory and I do not develop Alzheimer's and forget. Fingers crossed. Shoot Love's Feet. Ask him about it next week. Man, you better get out of here with that bullshit. What I look like to you, Rex Ryan? Yo, so this is the part of the show where we wrap it up. I do my outros and I say goodbye to chat and I say all of my thanks. And I appreciate all of you guys watching. Thank you for stopping by and listening and contributing to the conversation. I love it when chat is a steady stream and you guys are talking to me and you're talking to each other and you're talking about the things that we're talking about. Signal, thank you again for the ninja follow that you dropped me last night in Jay Howard's channel. Jay Howard 414, thank you so much for the updated graphics. I cannot wait to fully implement all of the logos, banners, and panels that you have created for me for Twitch. I really appreciate it. Talk Show Tuesdays happens every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you follow the channel here or you follow me on Twitter, that then makes you eligible to either ask me a question or suggest a topic of discussion that you would like for me to present in the next show. You can either @mention me on Twitter or DM me on Twitter, whatever the question or topic is, or you can whisper me in Twitch, whatever that topic is. And we'll talk about, oh my God, Taco Tender Talk Show Tuesday. Place your bets now. What is the next T word that Soccer Poner will put into the Talk Show Tuesday hashtag? You got to follow me on Twitter. Yo, I got to look you up on Twitter, Signal. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. You're super awesome, man. And again, like I said, welcome to the military friends. Welcome to the Military Sans Frontiers, man. Like I said, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Tuesday will be Talk Show Tuesday. If you follow me on Twitter, again, you can ask a question by @mentioning me or messaging me. That's also the best place to get a hold of me, contact me, see what's going on in my life, see what projects I'm doing, laugh at my dumbass tweets, and you can also see my stream schedule there. You can also find me on YouTube and on Instagram by searching Make Shoot Of. Twitter. Yes! Twitter. You need to create a fucking Twitter account. Don't tell me, oh God, I've got Facebook because Facebook's for the devil. Fuck Facebook, but it fucking sucks. Taco Tots Tender Talk Show Tuesday. You see what you've done, Soccer? You created a monster. All right, fam. I am Make Shoot Of, aka Big Boss, leader of the Military Sans Frontiers. I am a variety Twitch broadcaster and sometimes would-be talk show host once a week. My usual stream schedule for video games is Wednesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I play a lot of Destiny. I play a lot of Overwatch with my cheeky bros. and I play a lot of games in general. I'm looking to be playing some PlayStation games here in the very future. I know I keep saying it. Eventually, I am gonna dust off my PS4 Pro and play some fucking games on it. I will see you guys tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Love you guys. Thank you so much for participating and talking. Thanks so much. I'll see you all next time.